Mechanism of halogenation of alkanes. The halogenation of alkane proceeds via free radical chain reaction. It will comprise of a series of steps involving free radical formations. There are three major stages in this reaction or mechanism. The first one, that is the chain initiating step. The reaction is initiated by the homolytical cleavage of chlorine molecules, in which this bond can break homolytically and each electron that is shared by both the chlorine atoms. So it can lead to the formation of two chlorine free radical which can carry an odd electron or unpaired electron, and this step will occur either in the presence of this temperature range 523 to 673 Kelvin, or either in the presence of light. So this is the chain initiating step. Then chain propagation step. Once the chlorine atom or free radical are get formed, each of them react with methane molecule and forming hydrochloric acid and generating a methyl free radical. So let us see in step number 2. Now this bond can break homolytically. One electron that will goes with hydrogen and one with carbon. For this hydrogen, it can combine with chlorine free radical and one hydrochloric acid molecule will get generated out and methyl free radicals. Then step number 3. Now this bond can break homolytically and each electron that is shared by these two chlorine atoms. So there is a bond formation between methyl free radical and chlorine free radical. Methyl chloride will get formed along with the generation of chloride free radical. Now in step number 4, this bond can break homolytically and each electron that is shared by one by hydrogen and one by carbon. So there is a bond formation between chlorine free radical and hydrogen. Again one HCl molecule will get generated out and this free radical will get formed. Then step number 5. In step number 5, now this bond is get break homolytically and each electron that is shared by the chlorine atoms. So now there is a bond formation between chlorine free radical and this free radicals. So 1 mole of free radical of chlorine that will get generated again along with the formation of this dihalogen methanes. Now the step number 6. In step number 6, this chlorine free radicals, it can attack on dihalogen methanes. Now this bond can break homolytically. One electron that will goes with carbon and another electron that will goes with hydrogen. So there is a bond formation between chlorine free radical and hydrogen. Another hydrochloric acid molecule will get generated out along with the formation of this methyl free radicals. Now the step number 5. Now this bond can break homolytically and each electron that will be shared by these two atoms. So there is a bond formation between this chloride free radical and these free radicals. Chloroform will get formed along with one chlorine free radicals. Then the step number 8. In step number 8, this chlorine free radical, it will get react with chloroform. Now this bond can break homolytically. One electron that is carried by carbon and another electron that is carried by hydrogen. So there is a bond formation between chloride radicals and hydrogen. Another HCl molecule will get formed along with these free radicals. In the step number 9, again this bond can break homolytically and each electron that is shared by chlorine atom. Now this chloride free radical, it will attack on this free radicals and there is a bond formation, and finally carbon tetrachloride that will get formed along with chlorine free radicals. So it is very much clear from step 2 to 9. The reaction will continue till all the hydrogen that will get replaced out from the methanes. So it is the step number 2 and it is called chain propagation step, and it will terminate at this stage. In this case, all the hydrogen that will get replaced out by the chlorine atoms. The last step, that is the chain termination step. The chain of reaction initiated and propagated as we already discussed in step number 1 and step number 2. And in last, the chain that is terminated, and there are 3 possibilities. In possibility number 1, both the chloride free radical, they will get combined out to form the chlorine molecule. The possibility of 2, in that case, methyl free radical that will get combined with chlorine free radical and methyl chloride will get formed. And in the third possibility, the methyl free radical that will combine with another methyl free radical and it will generate 1 moles of ethane. The chance of free radical combining amongst themselves are very low. Indeed, because of the very small relative concentration of free radical in the reaction mixture. Then evidence in favor of mechanism. The first one, the reaction does not take place in dark at ordinary temperature, but it can require energy in the form of heat. So we can here require this amount of temperature, 525 to 675 Kelvin, or in the presence of light to initiate the process. This is because the reaction initiating step involves the dissociation of halogen molecule into free radical and which required the supply of the energy. So in case of chain initiation step, the energy that is either supplied in the form of heat or either in the form of light. Then step number 2, high quantum yield. For each photon of energy absorbed, many thousand molecules of alkyl halide get formed. This is evidently due to the repeating chain propagation step. So in this case, a very high quantum yield that is reported. Then point number 3, it has been observed that addition of substance that are source of free radical can initiate the reaction in dark at even lower temperature, and it is below 525 kelvins. For examples, if we can add 0.02% tetraethyl lead in the chlorination of methane, then reaction can proceed even in dark at 415 kelvins. So in this case, the chlorination that is done at 450 Kelvin in the presence of 0.02 lead. To be due to that fact that oxygen molecule combined rapidly with alkyl free radical to form comparatively much less reactive peroxyalkyl radical. So due to the formation of this peroxyalkyl free radical, the reaction in this case, that is, almost terminate out and reaction will be stopped down. So if we can add the oxygen, which is the inhibitor, then ultimately reaction will be stopped down. So these are the evidence in support of the mechanism in case of halogenation of alkanes. Relative reactivity of halogen in halogenation of alkane. The order of reactivity of halogen in various halogenation reaction of alkane has been found to be as the fluorination that will occur at very fast rate, while the iodination that will occur very slow. And in fact, it has been reported that iodine reaction does not seem to occur at all. To account for this observed order of reaction, here a comparison of energy change during chain initiation and chain propagation step for methane with different halogen has been taken. Since the activation energy has not been measured for various steps of all the reaction, the value of delta H for different steps if derived from bond dissociation energy would be taken here. The most important step during halogenation of methane, that is the step number 1. It can involve the dissociation of the halogen. Step number 2, it will involve the abstraction of the hydrogen by the halogen free radical. And step number 3, it will involve abstraction of halogen by the methyl free radicals are compared. So let us consider the step number 1 for the different halogen. This step involves the dissociation of halogen molecule and therefore delta H can be taken to be equal to the activation energy. So in this case, iodine having least activation energy, so it can dissociate most rapidly, which is followed by fluorines, then bromines, and in last chlorines. What this order of dissociation goes against the observed order of reactivity of halogen. This means that the first step cannot be responsible for the observed order of halogenation reactivities. Then let us consider the step number 1. It will involving the reaction of methyl radical with halogen, and it is found to be exothermic in all the 4 cases. And it has been reported that the maximum negative value that belongs to the fluorines. And if we can compare the value for chlorine, bromine and iodine, they will having nearly similar or same value of delta H. So in case of chlorine and bromine, there is only the difference of 8, and between bromine and iodine there is a difference of 16. So these values are almost similar. Thus, this step also cannot explain the observed reactivity, as it appears to take place with equal in all the cases. Then coming to step number 2, which involve the abstraction of methane by the halogen atom. Here we can observe a wide variation of the value in case of delta H. The value of activation for this step are found to be 17 kJ and 75 kJ respectively for the reaction involving chlorine and bromine atom. In case of highly exothermic reaction with fluorine atom, the activation energy is expected to be very low, that is between 1 to 2 kJ. While for highly exothermic reaction with iodine, the activation energy, that is 138 kJ. So this implies that the fraction of effective collision in this step should be in the order of that the fluorination, that should have been the minimum activation energy. So reaction will occur very fast in this case, and the activation energy, that is maximum in case of iodine. So reaction will go very slow in the last case. So the most important step for the determination of relative activity of halogen in halogenation of alkane, that is step number 2, and it can involve the abstraction of hydrogen by halogen. So how the fast methyl radical formed, and faster is the reactivity of halogen toward halogenation reactions. Transition state of halogenation. It has been already stated that the vital step in halogenation of alkane, that is step number 2, which can involve the abstraction of hydrogen atom from alkane by the halogen free radical. and after abstractions it can lead to the formation of the transition state. In this transition state, carbon-hydrogen bond of alkane is somewhat stretched but not completely broken, while a new hydrogen-halogen bond has been partly formed. At the same time, the odd electron which is on halogen in case of reactant and on alkyl group in case of product is divided between two in transition state on alkyl as well as on the halogen. The energy of activation for this step, which is controlled the overall process, is equal to the difference between the energy of the reactant and that of transition state. So it is equal to or corresponding to E activations. So in case of fluorination, this activation energy that is very small, and if the activation energy that is very small, then reaction that will occur at very fast speed. And similarly in case of iodine, this activation energy that is very large, so reaction will occur at very slow rate or either not occur in many cases.